What's up, guys? Jerry Scarlato here from Advanced Vitality. I'm here with Jason Theobald, co-founder also of Advanced Vitality and our knowledge base. Today, instead of going over one particular topic, we're going to have a little...
I told you before, they do TSH and they do T4. First off, TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, will tell you, well, that tells me that your thyroid is sensing that it doesn't have enough thyroid hormone. So it's overdoing it to try to stimulate thyroid hormone. Well, if all they're measuring is T4, T4 has to convert to T3. And T3 is what runs your metabolism. So how are you going to analyze metabolic health without T3? It doesn't make sense logically. And the fact that Western medicine hasn't caught up to this is still crazy to me. So what we do is we run TSH and we run free T4 because that's what the unbound amount. We run free T3 because, again, that unbound amount, that's what we want.
What's available for you to use.
Correct. That's what's going to fuel your body, okay, in terms of your metabolism. We also run what's called reverse T3. And what happens under times of stress, your body is smarter than you, and if you don't slow it down, it's going to slow itself down. And it does this by taking T4 and making it inactive T3. And so we can monitor that and see. And if you're above 16, you are converting too much of your T4 to what's called an inactive form of T3. So it's not helping your metabolism at all. And as that rises, you're getting robbed of that potential T3 that would be active. Okay. We also run TPO-AB. And what that tells us is, do you have antibodies that are attacking your thyroid? And that is called Hashimoto's. That is an autoimmune condition. And we see that a lot with women. And I feel like it should be standard practice because there's so many women coming down with it, especially as they get into perimenopause. And partly that's because as your hormones drop, your progesterone drops out, estrogen stays around longer and it's more predominant, and estrogen can upregulate the immune system. So that's why a lot of women get more autoimmune conditions as they get into menopause later in life. They never had these problems, and all of a sudden they've got these problems. And those antibodies attack the thyroid. And generally you've got about 5 years before it really will destroy the thyroid, and then you're committed to meds all your life, and it still never does as good of a job as having real output. So we test this to try to catch it as quickly as possible. So that's your metabolic machinery. Another one is fasted glucose is okay with the CMP. It is an okay number, but it doesn't really tell us truly how your metabolic machinery is behaving. We do like to see A1C. That's your 3-month average of your blood glucose. And we want that to be at 5.2 or lower to be optimal. But the range starts at 5.7 and goes to 6.3, just be pre-diabetic. By the time you're at 5.6, you're already metabolically inefficient. Your mitochondria are already suffering, your energy levels are suffering, you are not doing as well metabolically in terms of basically putting energy where it needs to be. It's remaining in the bloodstream and being picked, so it's not seated in the muscle cell. So you're already losing insulin sensitivity. And so we go one step further and we test fasted insulin. That's the most important, because you could have an A1C of 5.2, you could have a glucose of 85, but your fasted insulin is 17. So anytime your fasted insulin is above 10, you're already metabolically inefficient. And we really want that 6 or lower. Well, why is it at 17 and those other numbers are good? Well, because it's overcompensating to get the blood glucose driven in to the muscle, and so it's doing its job for now. But when you hear the word insulin resistance, what that means is over time, because that is so high, the cells eventually become bombarded by it, and anything that is overdone like that or gets used to something, it stops being responsive to it.
It's like caffeine.
Yeah.